So Daniel, here's an interesting one. When I go walking with my wife, and we do that quite often, she always asks me, Jürgen, can you take my phone to carry in your pocket?
Yeah, that's something that happens quite often. A lot of women's clothing don't have pockets. I believe it's to sell us handbags, but it is one of the things that show the difference between the sexes. And today we're talking about sexism.
Yeah. So, and I obviously looked up a definition of sexism and found an interesting definition at Britannica Online. And the definition there, and I just go there, abbreviate a little bit. It says sexism is a prejudice or discrimination based on sex or gender, especially against women and girls. And then further down it says sexism can be a belief that one sex is superior to or more valuable than another sex. And then it adds, by the early 21st century, it had sometimes been expanded to include the oppression of any sex, including men and boys, intersexual people and transgender people. I found that quite interesting.
Yeah, so what that means is that there has been a historical discrimination against women specifically in many spheres. For example, it's often said that women were given the vote. Not that it's something that you can give, but it very clearly shows the gap between the sexes in that women have less rights than men, regardless of the fact that we're equal as human beings. So maybe you can give us a little info about feminism and sexism and how they work together.
Yeah, and I think that there's very often a misunderstanding between what feminism is and what sexism is. And feminism is really just like about equality of the sexes, whereas sexism is prejudice-based.
That's right. There are three key terms that we need to focus on in this theme. It's misandry, misogyny, and feminism. Misandry is a hatred of men. Misogyny is a hatred of women, and feminism, in fact, is premised on equality of the sexes, so men and women being equal to each other. So our challenge with this video is to look at yourself, determine where you fall on this spectrum, and look at how you can make changes to be more sensitive in your networking, and look at your chapters.
So what is happening in the chapters? Are there any prevalence towards one sex or the other? Have a look at that and just like be open for that. There might be a good opportunity to change.